Oh, I wonder what Warrobots is doing. Let me check the comments. Warrobots. Oh god damn it, Pixonic, no, why? Now, if you don't know, or if you don't play Warrobots, Pixonic just released a new update. Update 4.6. It includes a few bug fixes and modules. Now, what are modules, you may ask? Modules are a brand new category. Like, for example, you have weapons and robots, right? And now you have modules as the third main category. And what do modules do? Now, there's two main categories in modules itself: passive modules and active modules. Passive modules are modules that, like, for example, you can add more durability to your robot, or you can add more damage to your weapons. But then you got modules like Battle Cry, which are like, once you spawn, you get a like temporary like resistance boost when for like 20 seconds, right? And you got modules like that. And now we got active modules. Active modules, they're like a separate ability button. You know, like when you're running, for example, a Kazakh, right? You have a jump drive, you can jump. And now, when you run a active module, you'll have another ability. But it's not like the abilities that we know, like dash drive, jump drive, or like the hover ability. It's alright. So there's like 3 active modules. Healing, which is self-explanatory. Lockdown ammo, which once you activate it, you can lock down enemies with any weapon that you're using. If you're, for example, using Punishers or like Thunder, you can use lockdown ammo, and it'll activate like a 5-second like activation, and in that in those 5 seconds, you will be able to lock down the target you were targeting with those weapons. Now, previously, only lockdown weapons were able to do this. For example, Shredder, Pulsar, Halo, Corona, and Glory. Only these weapons were able to do this. But now, any weapon is able to do it, as long as you have the active module, Lockdown Ammo. And the third active module is, I don't know what it's called, but like, you are able to attack people who are in stealth. You know, previously you got Spectres, you got Mercury jumping at you. You can't do anything, you can't target them, right? You can, the best you can do is like go behind cover if you're using like a Pursuer, right? And yeah, Pursuer is attacking you, right? But now, if you have this module active, you can attack them while they are in stealth. Now, the problem that I and many other players have is that, for example, when a new player comes into the game, right, doesn't know anything, comes in blind, right, it's gonna be extremely hard for him to understand anything. Because, like, you got jump drives, right, jumping abilities. He needs to learn every single robot's ability, right? Then he needs to learn every single weapon's range. Then he needs to learn what every single weapon can do. For example, Shock Train can go from different enemies. Like, you attack one enemy, it then chains from Shock Train to the other enemies, right? In a 100-meter radius. Then you got something like Orkin, splash damage. Then you got robots like that have suppression, lowering the enemy's like firepower. Then you got lockdown, which immobilize you. You can't walk. You're disabled. Stuff like that. They need to learn all of that, and it's extremely hard. Obviously, it's not that hard for all of us veteran players, but imagine if you're a new player. This is gonna be extremely hard. I mean, look at new players, right? You start a new account, they're They're struggling to find out what their weapon's range is. They're using piñatas as a long-range weapon. How are they gonna understand what the hell is a lockdown weapon? What the hell is that? What's a flux? So yeah, none of us... I've yet to see a person who would be happy with modules. I mean, everyone understands passive modules, right? Their passive modules are really easy to understand. You got durability, you got like a boost for durability, like armor plating, like, right? And like the better your robot is, the more passive module slots you have. So you can put up the free like armor platings and a active ability, or you can put up free damage increasing like thermonuclear reactors, right? They're called like armor platings and thermonuclear reactors, and you can make your weapons do more damage, right? Those are easy to understand, but then you got like all the other passive modules, which I don't really know myself, so I'm not even gonna mention them. That's the problem, you know? And it's gonna bring a large imbalance in the game meta. I mean, look at the game meta right now. Mercury's, Spectres, Spectre not that much, but like Haiichi, Bulgasari, and those two not much, but then Bulgasari, Bulwark, Falcon, all of those kinds of robots. That's our meta, like Avenger and everything like that. And then if you give like armor platings to a Spectre, you know the main weakness for a Spectre is its health. But if you give armor platings to it, you're diminishing that weakness that it has. But at the same time, you can use your active module that denies stealth and kill him while he's in stealth. Like, it's hard to understand, and also it's gonna be really weird. It's gonna really interact with the meta weirdly. I mean, you got a Bulwark. You can put free armor platings on that thing. It's gonna be a walking fortress. I mean, look at... You can put free armor platings on a Raijin. I mean, I don't think the Raijin has, like, free armor plating slots, but, like, you get the picture. So, yeah, that's gonna really change the meta. And everyone's unhappy. I mean, me included. I mean, the problem with Pixonic is active modules are gonna take batteries to activate, right? And you get batteries through battle rewards, right? You play the game and you get battle points, right? And after you acquire a set amount of those points, you get a crate, and that crate has a few components for, like, for example, Falcon or Exodus, and it'll also include, instead of VR Royale tokens, it will now include the batteries, which you can use to activate active modules. But like, the thing is, you can buy active modules. You can buy the batteries for gold, and if you run out of the batteries, you can use gold to activate them on the fly, you know. And the biggest problem is that they're literally like removing all of the places you can get gold from. I mean, everyone hates that. They're adding so many things that you can get for gold. But how do you get gold now? I mean, they removed so many places where you can get gold and things. For example, look at the supply drops. You could get keys from that. That's how players relied on our supply drops to get the super chest. But now it's literally impossible. And for example, War Robots Royale, right? You could get gold from that. I mean, players like Adrian Chang, you know, top player, he used VR Royale mainly for the gold, and now that's gone. The VR Royale doesn't have gold anymore. And I mean, the VR Royale in the newest update, it's literally removed now. So like, where do you get gold now? Where do you get keys? They're removing all of these, like, all of the ways you can get these currencies, but how? And they're removing the ways you can get the currencies, and they're adding way more things you can get for the currencies, which is, what is the logic behind it? I mean, Pixonic didn't even address that issue in their live stream they did about explaining modules. Where do we get gold now? Where do we get keys now? It's just bad now. Anyway, I really don't have anything else to say. This is your boy FluxoDuxo, who's disappointed. Signing out. Shit.
Subscribe to FluxoDuxo on YouTube, liberals!